Scentland, the land of scent. Hello and welcome, it's Chris back with yet another fragrance review, and today I'm very enthusiastic about introducing to you this fragrance, this aftershave that I have a few bottles sitting in front of me here. Why? Because first of all, I like the house of Denim, Italian house, right? And they came out with their first fragrance back in 1976 with the original big bold denim, you know, the fresh leathery fragrance. That was followed, that was an aftershave at the time, and that has been followed by a soap and all sorts of items to the range, you know, deodorant or the toilette by now, which is a very good thing. I own it, it's great. And in 2016, they celebrated the 40th anniversary of the launch of the original. So they have released in 2016 a fragrance kind of celebrating the original, but still brand new, simply called Denim 1976. It's an aftershave. Okay, it looks like this. That's the bottle. Okay, it looks the same way the original did. The juice color is a bit more, it's a bit darker here, okay? But other than that, this is Denim 1976. I remember the ad vividly, Denim, per l'uomo che non deve chiedere mai. Yeah? For the man who doesn't need to ask. Okay, wow, very bold statement. And actually, to call a fragrance in 2016 Denim 1976 already raises eyebrows, gets attention, because it's a very bold name, very bold marketing, very bold statement and name. So what is all behind that? How does it smell? Again, the original Denim was a heavy leather, it was still very fresh and musky fragrance. Now, Denim 1976 is paying homage to that, is referring to that, but only just a slight bit. Yet at the same time, this is an extremely brave release. Why? Because in 2016, 40 years after the original, as an anniversary fragrance, it brings something surprisingly new, yet still very well known formula to the table in these days of Aventus, Invictus, Distus, Tastus, whatever tus, okay? This is an extremely brave release because of the fact that it's pioneering, bringing onto the market a fragrance referring to the vintage days, yet it's not a reintroduction like Dior did with Jules or Aramis line did with the Aramis 900 and all the others. This is standing on its own feet. It's not a reintroduction and not a copy of the other one, the old one, you know, the vintage one. This is a new fragrance. And how does it smell like? First of all, it's an aftershave. It's a splash, okay? Same way as the original Denim splash was. How does it smell like? It smells fantastic. Why? It starts off with tremendous aldehydes. I love aldehydes. And in the 70s, 80s, you could see a lot of fragrances actually in their top notes having aldehydes. Why? Because it's a very uplifting, bright, fresh start, and it's not your usual citrus kind of scenario, okay? Aldehydes, it's a different take on fresh, okay? However, we get some additional citrus freshness with bergamot in here, okay? And that goes into a fresh, leathery, floral heart. The leather is nowhere near as heavy as in the original Denim, but it's there. It's fresh leather with jasmine, fantastic, and lavender to give it this traditional backbone. Imagine this: aldehydes, bergamot, lavender, jasmine and leather, fantastic. And then in the dry down, although it's not listed on Fragrantica, for example, but I feel vetiver, I sense vetiver, and patchouli and moss. Now, I don't like vetiver dry downs, and luckily it's not present here in a sense that it's only lavender in the dry down, because that's very boring and very poor, I think. Here, the floral combination, the floral aspect, together with the fresh leather and the patchouli and the moss and the non-listed vetiver that I keep smelling, creates a very nice dry down. So the fragrance is fresh, aromatic, leathery, slightly floral, a bit dirty due to the patchouli moss scenario going on. And the great thing about this fragrance is that it smells like like a fragrance from 1976 could easily smell. Absolutely. This could have been released in 1976, okay? No doubt about it. It's great. And very brave release. We released this in 2016. Amongst all these sugary, sweet, aquatic shite that's out there. Fantastic. And one more thing makes me love this tremendously, because the dry down of this aftershave, okay, again, it's not an eau de toilette, it's an aftershave. Yet it's very well performing, very well smelling. The dry down of this fragrance very much reminds me of the first fragrance I ever wore. Alain Delon, AD Alain Delon from the year of 1980. This tremendous beauty signature up there is somehow similar in its dry down, or Denim 76 is similar to the dry down of Alain Delon AD. Why? Because it has this warmth, this embracing, classy warmth, and special kind of blend to it. The Delon version has honey and pine, which is not present in the Denim version. Yet somehow the blend, the overall combination of the notes that I've just told you about in this new 1976 Denim aftershave somehow remind me of the very dry down of the Alain Delon AD original fantastic fragrance, okay? So much about Alain Delon, back to Denim 1976. So overall, great fragrance, and again, very brave. Aftershave, but sillage is strong, projection strong. You can knock out still people with this, like with the original one, okay? Longevity, if you apply underneath your shirt a good few splashes, okay, do a good few splashes, maybe on your hair as well, it goes fairly strong for about 6 hours. For an aftershave, that's very good. And it gets to the dry down fairly quickly, which I'm very happy about, because I like the dry down due to the similarity to the Alain Delon, okay? So overall, as you can see, I stocked up on this because this is a very nice, very unique release in this modern day and age. Perfectly named, packaging is perfect, I really love it, very manly, and it really has nice associations to the original, but it's nowhere near, the leather, for example, is nowhere near as heavy. There's no musk in here either. So this is more digestible, still more modern smelling than the original, okay? So you really have to say that. But on this current market, this is an absolute unique take on a 40th anniversary fragrance, which is a brand new fragrance standing on its very own feet. So thumbs up, grazie, mille grazie Denim. I'm totally in love with this. As you can see, I stocked up and I keep using it. My wife doesn't like it, but I don't care. No, sometimes you just wear a fragrance to please yourself. I'm not saying that it's not a compliment getter, but it needs that particular audience that appreciates fragrances that smell like 1976, baby. 1976. Thanks very much for your attention. That was Chris. I'll be back. 1976. What a year.